I am going to discuss about balance sheet ratio. Before discuss about balance sheet ratio, what is meant by ratio? A ratio refers to the numerical or quantitative relationship between two figures, that is called ratios. What is balance sheet ratio or financial ratio? Financial ratio includes current ratio, quick ratio, proprietary ratio, capital gearing ratio, debt equity ratio, etc. First one is current ratio. Current ratio means the current ratio express relationship between current assets and current liabilities. The current ratio is the ratio of total current assets to total current liabilities. That is called current ratio. The formula for the current ratio. Current ratio is equal to current assets divided by current liabilities. What are the current assets? Current assets includes cash in hand, cash at bank, debtors, bills receivable, prepaid expenses, stock, money at call and short notice, etc. What are the current liabilities? Current liabilities includes creditors, bills payable, bank overdraft, expenses outstanding, interest due or payable, etc. is the current liabilities. Next one is quick ratio. Quick ratio is also known as liquid ratio, acid test ratio, or near money ratios. The ratios between quick or liquid assets and liquid liabilities, that is called quick ratio. The quick ratio formula is quick ratio is equal to quick assets divided by quick liabilities. What are the quick assets? Quick assets except quick assets means quick assets except stock and prepaid expenses. What are the quick liabilities? Quick liabilities means current liabilities except bank overdraft, that is called quick liabilities. Next one is proprietary ratio. The proprietary ratio means proprietary ratio related to the shareholders fund to total assets, that is called proprietary ratio. Proprietary ratio formula is the proprietary ratio is equal to shareholders fund divided by total assets. What are the shareholders fund? Shareholders fund means preference share capital, equity share capital, and reserves and surplus called as shareholders fund. What is total assets? Total assets means all assets including goodwill, that is called total assets. Next one is capital gearing ratio. Capital gearing ratio means the proportion between the fixed interest bearing funds and non-fixed interest bearing funds, that is called capital gearing ratio. The formula for the capital gearing ratio. Capital gearing ratio is equal to fixed interest bearing funds divided by non-fixed interest bearing funds. What are the fixed interest bearing funds? Fixed interest bearing funds including debenture holders and preference shareholders. What are the non-fixed interest bearing funds? That is called reserves and surplus and equity shareholders are non-fixed interest bearing funds. Next one is debt equity ratio. Debt equity ratio means the finance of total assets of a business concern is done by owner equity as well as outsiders equity. That is called debt equity ratio. Debt equity ratio formula is debt equity ratio is equal to external equities divided by internal equities, or outsiders fund by shareholders fund. That is called debt equity ratios. What are the external equities? External equity means total outsiders liabilities, like mortgage, bills, etc. What is the internal equities? Internal equities refers to preference shareholders, equity shareholders, capital, and reserves and surplus. That is the internal equities. Thank you.